Hello and welcome to another breakdown video. Today we're going to break down Radiohead's Airbag. I did a piano cover about a year ago for this one, so definitely maybe take a listen to that if you want first before you listen to this breakdown. I'll be breaking down a bit of how I actually am playing it, so you can kind of see the overhead shot of me playing it. But in general, I'm going to break down the actual song too. The chords that I'm going to play are not necessarily this exact same chords. I mean, and frankly, the different guitar parts are playing kind of different chords on top of other chords, so it kind of creates a new chord when you kind of put it all together on the piano. So that's a little bit of why that's going to be the case. Maybe a little slightly different, but in the end of the day, it's an interpretation, and you're kind of taking what your ear is listening to and putting that down. So that's how I always try to do the piano covers. I do listen, and I do kind of go through the real chords that are there, and then kind of I'll take that information and then make my own arrangement and maybe mess around with it a little bit. And I think I did a little bit with this song. So let's get into the song. We're gonna listen to the song as we normally do, and we're gonna kind of break it down, and I'll break down the the arrangements of how I'm kind of playing the stuff on the piano as well. So let's get into it. So Airbag is in A major. So the chords, one chord that you will hear throughout the song is A, add, I guess we'll call it add 2 or add 9. So it's A, B, C sharp, and E. That's kind of a chord that's pretty much ringing throughout most of the song. Even if it's not always being played by other parts, we're hearing that chord kind of either in the background or kind of in the foreground. So that's a main chord that we're going to hear. Sometimes you may hear me just play A major, and that's basically the same chord, again, minus the B, which is this kind of the second of that chord, or you might call it add a 9. So that's a chord that you're going to hear an awful lot in the song. So, but let's just kind of get into it and listen, and then break down everything from there. Here we go. Stop it right there before we come in with the verse there. So yeah, so basically this intro here. Now, so we have the basic elements of it here. This is the main element that we're hearing the most is this guitar line here. So I kind of, the intro when I'm playing it on the piano is kind of basically going. Now, I'm also playing the chords here. That's basically what I play. So the chords themselves, I don't believe a lot of those chords are actually being played. Certainly not in the intro. Maybe in other parts of the song, we might hear some of them. When I look at the guitar tabs though around the internet, I don't really see them. So these are kind of chords that I've sort of added. I believe really what's happening is you have this guitar. You have this chord just kind of going as well. There's definitely multiple guitar parts kind of layered here. And certainly later on in the song too. So, but here's what I'm playing. So I have the E to start. So I'm playing F major, basically playing an inversion here of F major, A, C, F. So, it goes from here. Then I'll go to the C and play C major. And then I basically play a G major chord with B, the bass. Then I will play C sharp here in this bass for that low guitar line. I'll play this chord here. So since I'm playing the C sharp here, I'm going to leave it out on the right hand here. So it's an inversion here. And then still stay on A here, and then F, C, G, and then I land on this chord, which is the chord you hear in the song. A, again, A major, add B. Right? So again, you got really the two elements of the piano. What I'm playing here is they got that guitar line, which I'm playing kind of octaves in the bass. If you're playing in a simplified way, you can certainly just play it with, just play single notes without the octaves. You have to get creative with the fingering a little bit. Right? So, and again, the chords here of A, so the first chord is actually F that I'm playing, F major. Just A, C, I'm playing it here though, because I want to harmonize. I want to go to this E, da. I want to harmonize a bit there with that E on top, right? So I want to do, right? So I want to kind of harmonize there. So that's why I'm playing this one here. So here we go. Let's keep going here. I'll start there. I'll stop there. So in the next world, jackknife again. There's that little line again there too. I kind of throw that in when I can. You know, sometimes there's other things going on. It's hard to throw it in every time, but not there. So. Yeah, so the chord, and here's where you're going to see, if you look at guitar tabs and look at the chords, people are going to call, there's going to be definitely different names of some of these chords. But the first chord is this one, the one we ended on the intro. Now you'll notice in the beginning of the song, verse 1 here, there's not a lot of bass. Colin just plays hits the A's a bit. He really just stays on the A. So what's happening here, and what I've created when I create the arrangement, I'm thinking A is my bass note for this entire section, right? Now the chords, A major, add 2. Sometimes you could just substitute it for regular A, and then next World War. So this is really a B major chord with A in the bass. You know, so again, you could simplify, just play B in the right hand, A in the bass. So yeah, so again here, and then this chord, I hear a lot of people say it's A sus4 here, but I hear an F. Maybe not in the first time around, but I just play it the same way each time. Basically a D minor chord, maybe a D minor 6 perhaps. That's the chord I'm playing there, and then back to A. So basically 3 chords. You know, you have the A, or A add 9, and then A in the bass still, but B7, and you could just play B major with A in the bass. That will cover it too. And then, or A, D minor 6 or D minor D minor or D minor 6 here. You can add the B if you want, I think. I kind of hear that sometimes. And again, this little thing is E, D, C sharp, D, C sharp. If I'm playing the A chord, I'm just going to take my 5th finger, just play it like that. Okay. So those are the chords. So you keep the A in the bass the entire time. B7, D minor, A, basically. Melody. So he sings a C sharp up here. Next World War. So really the chord fully, if you play that, you know, you might have might be that actually, without the B perhaps. I don't know. But anyway, I got a B and a C sharp on the top there, right? Right. B, again, B7, C sharp on top with that melody. So, in the next World War, jackknife juggernaut. Right? So the chord actually, so, you know, almost a D minor, 7th up there. So we kind of singing a little blues 3rd there. And then, so, basically, right? And the neon on sun, scrolling up and down, I am born again. Right? So that's it for the chords there. And then let's keep going. So basically the chorus here. And I'm back to save the universe. So basically the chords here are B again. Now, same, keeping the A in the bass there, I still think, right? And then this one, we do go to F sharp. So finally the bass, or, you know, the other, I mean, the guitars are also, I think, keeping the A in the bass with the chord changes as well. Finally, we do go to just a plain old kind of minor chord there, F sharp minor. And then here, back to save the universe. So the melody's up on a D here, but then the chord is E sus4 or E7 sus4, right? Right? So that's basically what's happening there on that chorus, right? Very short chorus there. All right, so let's do the whole thing here now. So like starting from the verse. Do that again. So basically, I'm playing still here. I'm not even playing a B, even though I said it's a B7. I'm just basically playing A, D sharp, F sharp, and then C sharp on top to play that melody there. So, and then scroll. So basically, I'll go from here. So in the right hand, it's basically a D sharp minor 7. Scrolling up and down. And then I just basically move down to here. So it's basically a D minor 7 for a quick second. And then I just land on the D minor chord there, right? So in the right hand, so it's this third on the bottom, and then I play the F sharp, D sharp, F sharp, C sharp, and then scrolling up and down and on again. It's the same for the first one too. In the next world war, take life juggernaut, I am born again. Okay. Now I do play a full B here. Yeah, kind of actually here, because the melody he sings a D. You know, Tom ever loving that sixth note above the fifth of a minor chord, loves that. It's just a common, you hear that a lot in Radiohead, and I basically just play the D. So I'm basically playing a D chord there for a minute, and then I go to the C sharp for the melody, which makes it F sharp minor, right? So just the straight chords. If you're just playing guitar and you're working out the chords, basically it's B with A still ringing, and then down to F sharp minor, okay? And again, for what I'm playing up here, so it's so it's, this is an E sus4, E7 sus4. So my lower fingers are playing A and E and A, that, and then I go down to the A, a chord like that. So, hear the intro material again here. Chords. Yeah. So at that point, you're hearing that guitar line, that lower guitar line there, and the guitar chord that you're hearing, it's just this chord the entire time. So again, I'm juicing it up here with the chords of those notes, right? But that's not really what's happening in the song, you know. If I'm playing it like well, as in the song. I like the dissonance. Go to the next verse. But again, for me, I'm just playing kind of the same thing I played in the introduction there. Highly edited, but I love it. Vocals always. So you have this nice kind of guitar line that comes in here on the second verse, right? So let's listen to that a little bit. Same chords basically. So it's something like that is what's happening there, right? And then yeah, so this part I kind of play, you know, like, I do this a lot. You know, play that. I don't know if I'm playing exactly what Colin's playing on the bass, but I'm just, again, it's a little bit interpretive, you know. I could have definitely gone through it and just sort of figured out exactly what was being played, but I just kind of wanted to find the vibe and then just kind of go with it, you know. I think I do this. Oh, sorry. Filling in, just filling with those basses there. Chorus again. Yeah, so basically, you know, here, so I'm here in my ear, you know, I don't know if it's exactly right. Maybe something's different in the guitars, or maybe the bass is playing something slightly different here. But when we sing the chorus this time, I do kind of hear the bass moving up to the B finally on that instead of staying in the A, right? So I do kind of do that, I think. So. This part here, a little breakdown here. away from me here. So yeah, so this part, I basically what I do is this is kind of the sleigh bells thing. I'm just playing A and E, an open chord here, not the full chord. Just playing these here, and then I just have some fun with these octaves here. So it's G A G A G A, and then it's I think that's what it is. So it's that. Right, so love that. So it's kind of fun. So the pedaling, this is getting a little bit into the nitty gritty of the technique here, piano playing. But I kind of add some pedal there, right? Give it a little dissonance there, and then I let go, and you just hear that again, right? So that's what's happening from mine there. So for the piano part. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes something like that happens up there. I don't know if I can get that in there, but sometimes I might try. So let's start at that breakdown again. Here we go. Johnny's guitar here, doing some crazy weird things. Yeah, so I kind of keep going with this bass line thing. Kind of answering it back and forth. It happens 4 times. Just A major all the way. And then we bring this intro material back in again. Brilliantly. Yeah, so they're basically, it's hard to get both of those in. Because I play this chord, I gotta go. So I'm not necessarily hitting all the exact right notes of the I call it the bass line. It's a guitar line. It's not the bass line, but it's a guitar line. For me, it's a bass line because I'm playing it in the low part of the piano here. But so that's basically what happens in the song and in the piano cover. So I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of Airbag, and definitely looking forward to breaking down more Radiohead songs and doing some more Radiohead piano covers as well. And hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and thanks for watching.